I'll turn that back on when you're ready. Stop.
Okay, guys, ready? Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's racing show is sponsored by Churchill Photography and RiverviewFamily.com Auto Sales. Tonight on the Josh Nolan Full Throttle Racing Show, #1 on YouTube, we have us Kipton, Keegan, and Jackson Stratton. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
So, how did you guys get started in racing?
We got started in racing by my dad, grandfather, and my mom. They've all started racing when they were young too. And
So,
then,
when you guys got behind the wheel for the first time, what was that experience like for you guys?
It was definitely thrilling. You know, I fell in love with the sport first time I got into the car. I knew that was what I wanted to do just straight off the bat, and you know, here we are.
All right. Were you guys the least bit nervous when you got behind the wheel or not?
Were you nervous? No, you weren't?
yeah. I know I was nervous when I first got in. I failed my first time when I first got into the quarter midget, my driving test. And then the second time, like 2 years later, I think, I got into it.
Okay. So, how much success have you guys had as race car drivers?
We've had, I would say, a decent amount of success. We've also had a lot of experience. I'm very thankful for all the opportunities I've been able to have. You know, definitely won a lot of races, you know, had a lot of upsets, but, you know, just overall good times. So, you know, just happy to be in the sport and stuff. So, yeah.
And how much success have you two had?
What do you guys have? You won at Indianapolis? All right, go ahead and tell.
Very cool. All right. So, all right. How about you, bud? You're clear.
I've had a little success. I've won multiple Titan championships and like, one national race. I've had a little bit, but main part, I've had the most fun with like my friends at the track.
All right. Out of all your racing career, what has to be your most favorite victory?
I would say definitely the one I had one race at Wall. It was I think during the Turkey Derby, at Little Wall. So I was running light 160 and I think I passed Jackson White on like the last lap. And at the time he was one of the best people in quarter midgets and stuff. So I would definitely say that's one of my most memorable, and also I was very happy about that moment. And overall just it was a good race. So
How about you two?
what was your favorite race that you've won? Was it Indy? Go ahead and tell them that.
Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Okay. How about you there, bud?
My favorite win was probably also Wall Turkey Derby. Is where I started in the back and came back up and got wrecked 2 times, and then came back up and won.
All right. How do you guys celebrate your victories?
So I remember when we were really young, we don't do it as much now, but we used to always, me, my brother, and my dad, we would always get a blue Mountain Dew, and that would always just be our victory drink. So we would either get that on the way home or like the next day, just as a nice way to celebrate, you know. But you need to start once you're able to have soda, you can have some of that, no?
What I usually do when my victory celebration is probably I go get ice cream, so like whatever's closest, whatever local ice cream shop.
Okay. How about you, Jackson? Okay. What are you guys' future goals as race car drivers?
I definitely say at least this season, I want to at least win, embracing a 600. So this season is going to be my first season in the 600. I'm looking forward to running it, and I'm very thankful to even have the opportunity to run it. So, you know, that'll be awesome this season.
What I want
Okay.
to what I want to
Okay, go ahead, bud.
is I want to win my first 125 race. It's only my second full season in the car, and like last season we been like it's like all different types of tracks. We didn't like really stick to one, but I think this year we're gonna stick to one, and I'm hoping I can like win the race there.
How about you, Jackson?
What do you plan on winning? You don't know? You want to race Junior Honda? You want to say that? You want to win the Junior Honda race?
Junior Honda race.
Okay. Who is your guys' racing heroes?
You said what?
Who's your racing heroes?
Oh, our hero? I'd definitely say my grandfather and my dad for sure. I mean, my dad, I've always looked up to him. He's always been like my mentor and stuff. But I would say honestly, just overall my whole family. Like, I mean, we have like our whole family has ran race cars, like my mom, my aunt, my grandfather, his mom, just everybody. So it's just everybody in the family. And then like other race car drivers, I'd say Tyler Courtney. I'd say I like the way he drives and stuff, and it was definitely impressive what he did at Volusia in the 360. So just all sorts of stuff like that.
How about you, bud?
Mine personally is my dad and my mom because they taught me how to race. I've seen my dad race at the Chili Bowl. I've seen my mom race my brother in the 125. Yeah, the 125. So I just looked up to them. They've taught me everything, and that's my dreams.
What about you, Jackson?
Okay, Jackson, how about you?
You're who? Well, go ahead and say what you want to say. Did you say dad?
Dad.
All right, tell him.
Family.
Okay. So what is the story behind your racing numbers? Where did that come from?
I'd say my story is definitely just, my father, really. I mean, he just taught me everything I know, and also my grandfather. So those two mainly. But what? Wait, what? Oh, my number? Oh, my number
Yeah.
came from my mom actually. So
Okay.
she had the number 4. And I'm really happy that I get to carry out her number in racing. So yeah.
My number comes from my dad with the number 5. He's
Yeah.
like raced it when he was racing midgets, like when he was young. So I got it from him.
Okay. How about you, Jackson?
I got mine from Tracy. My race car number is 3.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Who do you guys have for sponsors?
We have Reading Standard Motorsports, so they're our main sponsor. They just support us, and I'm very thankful that they are sponsoring us. And Simpson Race Products, we have all Simpson stuff on, and just happy to rock the brand. So yeah.
Are you guys still looking for sponsors?
Yes.
And how does one reach out to you to sponsor you guys?
We haven't really had anybody reach out to us. We've mainly reached out to other people, but just thankful for all the support we can get, and yeah.
You guys have like a Facebook page or anything that they can get a hold of you on?
Yes, we do. Hey, watch out.
And what is that called?
Stratton Brothers Racing.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to sponsor these guys, get to know them, reach out to Stratton Brothers Racing. Is there any big races you're looking forward to racing in this year?
I think we might go to the Labor Day shootout at Lanco. And we're just gonna try like a bunch of different places and try and go to bigger races. But I mean, other than that, we're trying to just race a lot more locally this year. So yeah.
How about you?
I'm trying to race I practiced at BAPS like 2 weeks ago, and I really liked it there. So I would like to race there this year, there, and then Greenwood Valley. Those are my 2 main tracks I like.
How about you, At?
Okay, honey. Okay, you have to pull up.
Honeybook Tattoo.
Honeybook Titan Speed.
You guys,
Okay. Okay. So who's on your guys' racing crews?
You said who started our racing careers?
No, who's all on your racing crew?
What?
it was a long.
Oh, long. Okay. Yeah, sorry. It's kind of glitching a little bit. So yeah, I'd say my mother, and my father's like fund us mainly, but my grandfather also plays a huge role in sponsoring us and a bunch of other stuff. So just pretty much my whole family as well. Like they all just come out to the track and support us. So, it's always great to
Okay.
see.
What's an awesome day at the racetrack look like for you guys?
You said what? Awesome day.
What's an awesome day at the racetrack?
An awesome day at the racetrack. I'd just say, obviously just taking the car home in one piece, not not taking anybody out or anything, and just overall having a good time, seeing a bunch of friends, family, and yeah.
How about you, bud?
Perfect day for me is probably me obviously winning, and then Jaxie, my whole family having a good time. Yeah, taking the car home in one piece and having my brother.
How about you, Jackson?
But just say what's your perfect day? Hang out with your friends, winning? All right, tell me.
Winning and hanging out with my friends.
Okay. What's an awesome day at the race shop look like for you?
That I mean, definitely, especially after a dirt race, just washing the cars, getting everything ready for the next week after that. Checking over the car, just making sure everything's set up. So yeah.
How about you, bud?
Uh, Probably like setting up the cars for the next race, washing them, waking up early in the morning to go to the shop, work on them. all
And
that.
you, Jackson?
What's your ideal day at the shop? What do you do at the shop? You go to Stephanie, ride your scooter.
I go to Stephanie and ride my scooter.
Okay. So, all right. What do you guys like to do for fun away from the racetrack?
Away from the racetrack.
Yeah.
I like to practice on the simulator iRacing as much as I can, just get my skills dialed in. I also I play golf, and I go to the gym, and those are my main things.
How about you, bud?
Uh, I ride my bike. I go out with friends, and sometimes I play video games.
How about you, Jackson?
What do you do?
I play Roblox, I draw, and I play with my friend and watch TV.
Okay. Do you guys have racing nicknames?
Um, I usually go by Fast Kip. Do you?
My racing nickname is Speedo Kigo.
How about you?
Jackson Speed Demon Stratton.
Okay. Do you have any crazy racing stories you'd like to share with us?
Um, I mean, there's a few good moments, there hasn't been anything that's like extremely like stands out, but I mean, other than like we've had a lot of success. I do remember my final quarter midget race. It was with the Titan series. It was me and my best friend Jeffrey. We were battling for a championship in heavy world formula, and we were nose to tail pretty much the whole race. But his motor blew, and there was just oil was all over the track, and they didn't even call a yellow for it. But so we were like kind of sliding around like it was on dirt, and there was banking, so it was kind of cool, just sliding around. I thought like there was like my car was messed up, and I mean I held the lead, but it was just overall just an awesome race, and unfortunately he couldn't finish it, but it was nice to win my final race in 4 minutes.
How about you, Keegan?
What was the question again? I couldn't hear you.
Do you have any crazy racing stories?
Craziest racing story was Nothing really stood out to me. I had a couple good moments. One of them was probably my like junior Honda, like my second year in quarter midgets. I went from I need to get top three in the race to win the championship, and I like 5 laps to go, I got taken out, and I went to the back, and then I came back up to third to win the championship in the Titans race.
How about you, Jackson?
What's your favorite moment in racing? Most memorable moments. All right, say it.
Describe it.
Describe it. How was the race like for you? What place did you start? All right, just tell him.
Indianapolis, I started 7th and I won.
Very cool. Who's some of you guys' friends at the racetrack?
I'm good friends with Christopher Buffalino. He races 602 crate modifieds. Justin Ferris, he raced quarter midgets with me. Jeffrey Strawley, he also raced quarter midgets with me. Matthew Kovacs, Bo Loesch, Ava Lombardo, Aubrey Wasco, Zach Leonardo. And that's all I can think of off the top of my head. I'm sure there's others.
How about you, Keegan?
Mine would probably be I don't race with them. They're in a different division of me, but probably Easton Loomis and Christmas Nicola.
Okay. How about you, Jackson?
Who are your best friends in racing? Ellie, Harper?
Ian Harper.
Okay. All right. So, okay. So, what types of racing do you guys like to watch on TV?
I like to watch the O'Reilly series in NASCAR, as well as the World of Outlaws, High Limit. I also like the Extreme Outlaw Midget series.
Okay.
Those are my main ones.
How about you, Keegan?
I mainly watch F1, NASCAR, and Extreme Outlaws.
Okay. How about you, Jackson?
Mike Rose.
Okay. So, at this portion of the racing show, guys, I'd like to turn the mic over to you guys. If you guys have a couple questions you'd like to ask, you can ask me a couple questions.
What got you into racing? What got you interested in racing?
Just been a huge racing fan for quite a few years.
Okay. What's your go-to type of race cars? Like, what cars do you like to watch? Kind of goes back to what
I
you
like to watch Indy cars.
Indy cars? Yeah, I love Indy cars as well. I was actually me and Keegan, we were born in Indianapolis, like just outside of Indianapolis, so that was kind of cool. We grew up in Indianapolis a little bit.
Yeah, one of my favorite races is the Indy 500.
Yeah, that and the Daytona 500, those are so two of my favorites.
Yeah.
You got any questions?
You guys have any questions?
What got you into this podcast and YouTube channel?
Just always wanted to work in the racing industry, and here's my opportunity.
You have any questions for it?
What got you interested in racing?
Into what?
Racing.
That's what I asked.
Okay.
How about you ask him his favorite car or something?
What's your favorite color?
What was that?
What's your favorite color?
You have to speak
Speak
up.
up. He can't hear you. Jackson.
She said, "What's your favorite color?"
My favorite color is blue.
Mm.
My favorite color is light blue.
Very cool. But I would like to thank you guys for being on my racing show tonight, talking to us about your racing careers. I will have you step out and I will give you a call and thank you, okay?
Okay,
Yes,
thank
thank
you
you.
for inviting us.
Yes,
Yeah.
not a problem.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a Stratton family on our racing show tonight, talking to us about their racing careers. Go follow them on Stratton Brothers Racing on Facebook. If you'd like to sponsor them or get to know them better. If you'd like to sponsor our racing show or be on a racing show, feel free to call us or text us at 712-209-7138. Congratulations to James McFadden for picking up the high limit race last weekend. Have a good night and talk to you guys later. Bye bye.